I mean, in AWS specifically, servers are called EC2, virtual servers. Can you see the word servers there? Of course, they are virtual. Everything in cloud is virtual, nothing physical to you. The only thing physical to you is your host, your laptop, and that is not part of cloud. Everything in cloud is virtual. So even if they don't tell you, you already know it's virtual. And then they are servers in cloud. What are they? They are called EC2. All right. So let us spin up a virtual server in cloud. Take EC2, and then we say launch an instance, launch EC2. We'll click this. All right. So carefully look at it. What operating system do you want on this EC2? We have Amazon Linux, Mac OS, okay, Mac OS Catalina, Mac OS Majora. How many? We can't keep listing them. Look at them. Look at the possible operating systems. Microsoft Windows Server 2019. Microsoft Windows Server 2019 with SQL Server. All right. Susie, what Ubuntu Server, whatever OS you want on that your server that you are spinning up right now, you take it from here. And even if you don't find anyone there that is suitable for the telecoms company that you want to set up in cloud now. By the way, I hope you know that the whole of telecoms companies of 10 years ago can most likely now be set up in cloud without you doing anything major in terms of physical infrastructure. Technology has grown within the last 10 years to facilitate that. All right. So if what you are looking for is not here because you want a platform that already has telecom services integrated into it, then go to AWS Marketplace. All right. And then look for, okay, Juniper, Trend. These are different providers. All right. Different service block. I mean, depending on what you already know, VPN, Trend. All right. If you want some packages related to infrastructure software, you want to be able to do backup and recovery without you bothering about. You just want a ready-made, customized backup and recovery solution. Just take here and choose one of these services. Or you want to be able to do data analytics, which is very popular now, data analytics, all right? So that you can upload several million records and use these data analytics tools to analyze your data and extract information so that your employer would use those information, like we already said, to determine, oh, this is what customers want. This is the way of the future. This is the area we should invest in based on these statistics as analyzed by these tools. They are there. Agile lifecycle management, application development, blockchain. All right, you want to set up another kind of blockchain solution, the services are already there. Okay, machine learning solutions, there are 107 of them. By the time you look through, you just might find one that is suitable for you. All right, analytics, education and research. You want to set up an online university, right there. The applications are already there. You don't even need to know to go and set up the programming from scratch. All right, e-commerce, all right, so that you can set up a supermarket online and be taking payments. They are there. Image, human resources, all right, and so on and so forth. Smart home. Okay, where's that man? That man that's interested in it's in this class, right? There's this man that we talked about stuff last time. Was interested in setting up. Okay, you may want to look at this so that you can have a server, your own server in cloud, where you can integrate your smart devices without consulting or bypassing your provider, because your providers are actually using something like this already. All right, so whatever it is, they are there. Explore all of that by yourself. All right, but for now, let us go back to class and just use, instead of going to the marketplace or to the community where there are many more services available, let's just go back to Amazon and just take a service that will not be charged for. Remember that this is marketplace. These people are selling this stuff. All right, they are not free of charge. They have worked on the services. The services are awesome, and then they present them in the market to sell to you, so you don't have to go through the trouble of creating your own service. Once you select it, they'll tell you this is how much you'll be paying me per month or per annum for using this service. All right, well, let's go back to the free of charge, because we're actually using free tier here. All right, so we say free tier eligible, so we select this as our operating system. All right, so what else do you want to select? You want to select your instance type. All right, since we are doing the free tier, for which you are going to set up by yourself as well, you may want to stick with this. If you take that, you'll be charged for it. So this is the capacity of your server. The capacity of your server is determined by three things, right? The CPU, the memory, and the storage. So what CPU do you want? What memory do you want? What storage do you want? Take it here, right? You want a tiny system of one CPU, virtual CPU is there. It's called T2 Nano, right? And then if you scroll down, you are going to see other kinds of systems. M5, 2 CPUs, 8 gig, EBS only, all right? And so on and so forth. You say, no, I want to be big at once. Okay, why not get a server that runs 4 CPU with 32 gig of memory, all right? Or you want to do a server that has 64 CPUs concurrently with 512 gig of memory in cloud. That's a big system, very big, all right? Or you want to do a server that has this one, 96 processors. It's like having 96 computers running concurrently, all right? With access to that memory. So whatever it is you want, just get ready to pay. And even if you want the one that has 48, 96, all right? 768 gig of RAM. Whatever you want, take it. But again, this is for trading. So let's just stick with the free tier eligible. So which is, look at it here. So we use that one. So that one will give us one CPU, 0.1 gig RAM, and allow us to do EBS. All right, so we'll take that and then we'll say next. How many servers do you want to spin up? One is okay. So we'll take one and we'll say next. How much storage do we want? 8 gig is okay. Otherwise, we'll be charged more if we take more than that. All right. So we'll just accept the 8 gig and we'll say next. All right, so with that, we have determined the capacity of our server. If you want, you can add a name. What name do we want to call the server? Let's call it February. All right, just a label. Now, there is something called security group. All right, let us create a security group. What is the meaning of security group? Security group is a firewall around your server, this particular server that you are spinning up. All right, by default, every time you create a server, it comes automatically with a firewall around it that allows only SSH port to be able to communicate with it from the outside world. All right, so you may want to create your own security group and call it, in fact, it says create new. So let's create a new one and call it February class security group. And then, yeah, let's give it a description and copy that and paste it. All right. So this security group will allow only SSH. If you want to allow other kinds of protocols as well, then you could do, I want to make this a web server. So let me not show you. Let's just leave SSH. Only SSH is the protocol. I'll be able to access that. So let's go on to review and launch. And then we're ready. Say launch. To launch, you must generate, well, not must. It's strongly recommended that you generate a key pair. It's only with a key pair that you can remotely access this server from your laptop. Without that key pair, you'll not be able to remotely access it. You will need to come to cloud every time you need to use it. No remote access. All right, would you like to be able to access it remotely using your SSH? Of course, you like to. So let us create a key pair. We say create a new key pair. What name do you want to call this key pair? February class key pair. Key pair. All right. Then remember to download the key pair. I've downloaded. You see it downloading? It's right there. Now that I have downloaded, I have access to it and I'll be able to use it to SSH into my server. And I'll say launch. That is it. Our first server in cloud is launching. It's coming up. All right, look at it, it's starting. I already had a server before this class, so I'll just leave that one. But this is the one that we're spinning up right now, the February class.